Fun thing is I am now stuck out here.
Back on another trip. Got no real plans other than just I'd like to actually try to do a little fishing. I got a new Flywheel pole, so I'm gonna try that out. But for the most part, I'm just gonna have a night at the farm. Not much to do. The only good thing is that besides it being hot, it shouldn't be a whole lot of weather.
All right, it's a little bit scary getting in, but I guess it wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's the first time I've actually used those Maxtrax. I've had substitutes before, so I kind of knew that they worked, but I really didn't want to have to bring them out. But the alternative is a couple mile drive, and I didn't feel like doing that. Luckily, the rest of it wasn't so bad. I've not been stuck in that part before, but I have been close. So anyway, I need some water, I guess, from this run this afternoon. I'm noticing that I'm a little bit dehydrated, and I'm gonna try to figure out what I want to do as far as my setup tonight. I've definitely needed to break down this blind for quite a while, so I probably just need to suck it up and get that done, and then set up the Jeep wherever I want. However, where I was gonna put it, the turtle friend has gotten nearby, and I don't want to have to disturb him too much. I might add too, did run in some deer while I was coming up there, but I couldn't get a shot of anything, and I never actually saw him. I just heard him snort. I can hear now, if you can hear my heavy breathing. And here's the turtle. He looks okay. I don't know if there's, I guess the she maybe. Something to do with eggs? I don't know. Anyway, don't want to disturb him. Or her, I don't know, whatever it is. Alright, I'm going to check out this pond again. Got my waders on this time, so I'm going to try to get in the water and see if that helps any. Don't know if it will. We'll see. I'm also trying to use some different lighting to see if maybe that makes it any easier to see. So, yeah, got little experiments to do. And if I like it or if I don't like it, I'll get the information, I guess, on this headlamp. Well, it's a headlamp, but because I'm trying to use the head mount now for the GoPro, I've got the headlamp around my neck. So we'll see if how that does. I can't get it tight enough to be like a choker, but I think that'd feel kind of weird anyway. So I'm not really gonna go that route. But it doesn't seem to be bouncing around. I mean, I guess I might try something if it did. And we'll see, maybe I can figure out a way to get the head mount and the two to work in conjunction, or maybe, I don't know, try something different. But in any case, I'm gonna try to get something tonight, and then in the morning, I'm gonna try to sneak down here, maybe get some bluegill or something like that. I do have my rod with me in case I get super bored. Kind of see where I got hung up. Actually, I spun here, but I didn't get hung up. Still, it wasn't a great feeling. But up ahead, yeah, that was pretty nasty. I'm almost there. I'll show you. It's pretty bad. But I mean, this is slick. I'm surprised I don't fall and bust my butt. But it's so much slop under here. You see it's uneven too, so that doesn't help anything. Whoop, almost slipped. Here's how to use the Maxtrax. And these are the actual Maxtrax, and they, yeah, you know, I had to have them. Lockers, maybe, they might have helped. Maybe I could have done something more with momentum, but if you see in the way the woods are, I really didn't want to take the chance. As you can see, it's just a nasty little muddy area. I might try later this year. I might try to add some gravel or something like that out here. Again, since this is private land, doing improvements is okay. And it's not like this has been heavily modified for years. So it's not like this isn't any kind of native fauna or anything special. But yeah, okay, I'm pretty much there. I'm not exactly sure the best approach. I don't even know you're supposed to be quiet. Assume you do, but I'm not very good at that. These waders are not something I'm used to having. All right, okay. Set the old fishing tackle down. Go out here and look. Oh. The frog I'm looking for, though. Nope. Just trying to see if their eyes kind of shine. Oh my goodness. That was starting to hurt my feet. I'm gonna try that with a boat maybe. In a second hand. Honestly, I can't see that bank. I don't know how I'm gonna see a frog, you know? Well, that struck out, but I really didn't spend a whole lot of time there. I think I'm gonna try a kayak or something right now. I'm trying to rinse off my head. I've just been covered in bugs. Of course, that's, you know, a headlamp or whatever. I'm about beat. I walked up that hill a few times. It's not that bad, but still, I've not in as greatest shape as I have been. I think getting adjusted to the heat. I'm really not quite adjusted yet. Feels good to get all that moisture on my face. I have shorts under here. Well, they may be soaked through, but it's not like I'm getting naked on you guys. These are just athletic shorts. It's been a long day, fairly long. Oh, door closed, scared the hell out of me. Kept having nightmares. There's like a brown recluse in there or something. Guess there's not. We'll get some sandals on. Let myself air out a little bit. Oh, it feels so much cooler. I swallowed a bug earlier. I don't know why, but it keeps bothering me. It is beautiful out. Tomorrow, hopefully I'm gonna get to sight this guy in. But we'll see. I'm trying to do a whole lot of stuff. No, it's not important, just kind of right before bed. In these hotter days, especially with bugs and all kinds of things that can make you miserable for a while. you know, try to rinse off a little bit. Of course, I'm in sort of high grass, and so stuff is covered in bugs that you don't want. But this sometimes will help just rinse off the poison ivy or something like that. It also cools you down a little bit. It's not incredibly warm today, but when you get used to the AC, it does feel a little warmer out here. Alright. Say it's good enough. Well, it's morning time. I slept a little bit. Well, I woke up early and I still feel pretty tired, so I've been struggling trying to go back to sleep. But I did. It's pretty out here. It's really, really nice. The cot was a little. It's on. I'm sitting on a bit of an incline, and that makes the. It's not great for the. I've got to be careful on this. I had it clapped on me once. It like they'll kind of like shear almost, and then you gotta redo the cot. But it's not that big a deal. It's getting easier and easier. Anyway, pretty good night's sleep. I'd like to add. Probably should have done a little bit something more on the cot just to make myself real comfortable. But you know, this isn't bad. This is a lot better than sleeping on the ground. Well, I gotta set my solar, and then I think I'll go maybe try to fish or something. Then I'll head out of here. Alright, we'll try to get a few minutes of fishing in. But I really can't stay long. So let's get down there and then come on back. I think I just heard a deer snort. So I'll kind of pay attention to that. Maybe we'll see some deer again. Alright, struck out on fishing. And basically though, there's no fishing. I was just messing with the line on the reel. I don't know exactly what I did wrong. I probably strung it wrong because there's two options. You can reel out or you can reel in and out. So I kept having a problem when I had it where I could reel in and out, is that it would kind of ball up on me and then it would get tangled on the spool. So at least I think I know what I did wrong, but I don't know. I don't need that feature of reeling out. So I don't prefer this reel. The rod's okay, but I don't know really. It doesn't feel great. Seems kind of like a pain in the butt. Plus it means I have to mess around with the reel a bunch more. And that's not my strong suit because I'm new and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna keep this in the tackle box. One day I'm gonna take it back apart and put it back in there, but not today. Well, maybe not today. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I don't know. Dealing with all the line is the main reason I've not really gotten into fishing. Because I think this similar line issues have done this to me in the past, so. But we'll see. I'll probably just suck it up. And I'm freshly being pissed right now. So it's already starting to get kind of hot. I mean, it's not, but I mean, I'm sweating. You can sweat almost standing still if you're in the sun. So anyway, I'm thinking about making some breakfast, which is actually what I was going to eat for supper last night. But then when I got home, the wife had some sandwiches, so I had those and I didn't need any supper. So I'll have supper probably for breakfast. You know, I'll check my phone first unless something blew up. I blowed up, I don't know. But yeah, not a success, but well, yeah, it's a successful learning adventure. Let's put it that way. And plus, just being out. That's what it's really about. I mean, look at these black-eyed Susans. It's beautiful. The sun's just right. My turtle friend's probably over here somewhere. But I could foresee it being pretty warm today. Which would be fine if I just stayed by the creek, but I gotta head on out. Got some stuff I need to get done. It's more important than just relaxing. Oh, damn it. Real bad job. Really bad. All right, this stinks. Went to start the Jeep up, and I think one of the adapters for the between the flywheel to make the flywheel spin, basically. Something between there and the flywheel is not right, and it sounds like this is spinning the only a flywheel, or maybe only that adapter plate that goes to the flywheel. Fun thing is I am now stuck out here, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have my wife come get me. All right, well, I guess even though this sucks, this is kind of why being somewhat prepared for this is why you do it. You hope to never have to get into something like this, but you know, when you do, you got to make the best of it. I mean, the only thing that really is frustrating for me is the fact that I didn't have the time to spend working on my transmission or pulling it, but I'm pretty sure it's something with the adapter. So that kind of stinks, but you know, there's not much else you can do about it. But I'm gonna try to set up. See, here's how my solar setup is, and I need to get my battery charging. And I do think part of my problem, I was kind of bitching earlier, I'm bitching a lot lately, but I think it's just, actually I think I was in some partial shade or whatever, but I'm going to, I plug up multiple panels, and I need to, so I'm going to set this into a remote place so I can get everything charged up. That's my extension, because you always want to, you really don't want to have to park in the shade. You don't. I mean, yeah, you do want to park in the shade. But I'm gonna get a couple panels up. Got a lot of sun. That's the good thing about today. It's also a bad thing. It's hot. See, I got some of those adapters, so I can hook up a couple panels. Then I might fix some breakfast too, because I don't have a whole lot else I'm going to do for a while. But let me hook up some panels and try to make the best of a bad situation. All right, just an update. My wife's mostly on the way. I'm just going to have to walk out and meet her someplace that she can get to. But she has tracked my phone. And she's been here, but she's not good with directions. So it is what it is. It's not a big deal. But anyway, and it's not a bad walk. I've done it plenty of times. But it's just frustrating because I'm gonna have to get picked up, go. My dad's got my trailer. I can't get a hold of him. I would have normally had him come get me because he's got 4-wheel drive. It makes it a lot easier. But he's not answering his phone, so it's not that big a deal. Yeah, but at the same time, he's also got my trailer, so I've got to go home, I gotta get the wife to drive here, pick me up, drive back to the house. Might even need it at that point. And then I'm gonna have to grab the truck, some straps and stuff like that, and then go to his house. I'm sure I got to unload my trailer. And then head back out here, load the Jeep up, which will be a lot of fun. I guess since it won't run, I have a little hand crank winch on the trailer, so I guess we'll have to use that, which is not going to be a lot of fun because it'll run this battery down way too much to use the actual winch. So once I get that, and I have a come along and maybe some pulleys, you know, just to kind of get it lined up. But still, it's just kind of a little ordeal. To a point, this is part of it. You name it, we've had all kinds. This is not the first Jeep we've had, you know, break down on us. And sounds like it's something simple, but it is going to be a fairly decent sized job though to get it fixed. But that's just part of it. I mean, you can't do this kind of stuff and not expect some kind of an issue. It's nice to have OEM. But at the same time, their price and whatever, there's so much to it. I mean, this is going to set me back not a whole lot, just time. It's going to take me a couple of days to get this stuff sorted out versus buying a new vehicle. That's kind of up there. But yeah, this is a little frustrating. Especially, I keep messing with the solar. Can't get it to charge. Jeep won't start. I think this is starting to become some sort of country song. Couldn't catch any fish. So, anyway, let's have some reception up here. I can get things coordinated and go from there. I had planned to get the radio, but I really don't want to tax that battery anymore. I don't have anything too perishable in this fridge, so I think I'm just gonna shut it off just to conserve the battery power up there. And then if this thing will ever charge, it does. If it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I can replace it. It's just the thing about it. Here's the thing about warranties. They don't do a darn bit of good for when you're out here like this. You have any warranty you want, but when you're stuck out here, you're stuck. So make sure you've got a way to communicate. Make sure you have the ability and the means to walk out. And that's just what you have to be ready to do. And then hopefully that you can have the ability to self-recover. Luckily, it hasn't rained too bad, so I think I can get my truck in here and trailer. So it's not too bad. I'm even pointed downhill a little bit, so that'll help quite a bit. I mean, that's how you got to be optimistic. You're already in this situation. You just got to move forward. You can be pissed off later. But even then, you just accept that it's life. If you haven't got a couple of punches in life, you ain't been living. I just now noticed that while being, kind of caught up in being woe was me kind of stuff, hadn't been eating. I don't really feel too hungry, but this is something that I have food. I need to take care of it. Because if not, if you go in this heat, well, I mean, this is not real hot. I mean, this isn't like anything light, but just as far as making sure that I get home and I'm clear-headed and not just to deal with not being pissed off and stuff. I'm gonna eat some food. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm getting my load out together so I can, whenever my wife is in one of the nearer towns where she still will have some service, then I'm gonna load up and I'm gonna start heading out. So I'm gonna be drinking a lot of fluids, and but I'm gonna make a cold sandwich or a cold wrap. I'm not gonna think too crazy. But yeah, I've just got some beans. I've got some somewhere in there I got cheese. Don't want to miss out on my cheese. But anyway, stay hydrated. Get a little food in me, and then I'm gonna refill up my canteen. I'm gonna go through the woods and stay in the shade. Take it slow, take it easy, and head out there to meet her. And then the work begins. Not an ideal meal, especially because I couldn't find cheese, but it'll do. It'll give me some sustenance, and I'll get through the day. Wife's actually getting here faster than I thought, so I've got to hurry up. At least I got my burrito eaten. Yeah, and solar stuff, this battery will not charge right now. So, I don't know. I'm starting to think that when the controller went bad, that it killed the battery. I think because I just didn't check, and I really don't have a super big battery bank that I should have on there. So anyway, like yeah, whatever, doesn't really matter. But here's my loadout. Yes, I'm gonna look crazy, but hey, gotta get out of here. All right, now I'm taking some kind of odd things, but a lot of that is just because there's some stuff that I'd rather not leave or I might need later. Also, I'm just not being too critical on what I'm taking. But like, I'm bringing coffee. That's just because I want coffee. This isn't like some kind of really arduous trip. It's something I'm fairly used to. Not as far as breaking down like this. Now, I've broken down plenty of tractors and old stuff equipment, but I've never had this. I've had too many vehicle issues, I know, but you know, I know other people have in my family, so it just happens. It's just kind of so frustrating, something so little, and you know, guess I should have used red Loctite instead. That's my guess. I mean, if something shared, I'm gonna be like, you know, we'll just have to see what happened. I do not know, but ugh. Yeah, maybe I'll know within this week. Man, I'm not looking forward to pulling that transmission. Not one bit. But I'm not sure what else it could be. It almost has to be. And I thought I heard something that sounded loose, like it was spinning when I'd finally gotten up that hill, having to deploy the Maxtrax. That's one good thing. I'm glad I didn't like. I thought I did shut it off after that. I did shut my vehicle off for a little bit after I heard that noise, and it started right up. So I don't know what happened, but you know, it's not like it's the way it's spun. I probably should have gotten an example, but I mean, it just had a. At first, I actually thought all it was doing was just spinning the like the Vindix or whatever it's called. I think like wasn't pushing in or pushing out, but I don't believe. After I calmed down a second and kind of reassessed, I believe it really sounded like something real light, like it was still spinning, but there was still something else spinning with it, some kind of metal, and it sounded like something that was loose because it sounded like there was a bit of a grind. So I'm sure that's gonna not be fun either. Hopefully it didn't do any damage. Okay, I'm running into stuff because I'm not paying attention. Hopefully it didn't do any damage on the engine. I don't think it did. If it, even then, it's a cover as long as it didn't bust the cover. Oh, and I've got so many spider webs all over my face. As long as it didn't bust the cover, I mean, I'm not really gonna worry about it. So, I don't think it did that. Because if it did, I'd be seeing oil all over the place. I've got plenty of oil in the engine. It's nothing like that. So, yeah, it probably scratched the paint. Not a big deal. But, I mean, I'm glad it happened to be here and not some other places. But, I mean, it's still not fun here. Whatever. This is my version of vacation. But I really wouldn't want to have him to work. I was hoping to put the, I was hoping to work on some tractors here soon, and not have to work on the Jeep. Or I was hoping to have to, God. Or I was hoping to be able to work on the truck. So, the truck is now my only vehicle. So that's fun. And in fact, I was going to get a YJ. And it got totaled. So that's not going to happen either. Debating which route to go. I'll go down this way. I think that there's going to be some so high brush. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. And I think I can go this direction and hang in some ditches and avoid the really nasty stuff. But this is a good lesson to make sure you got decent clothes and stuff. But it's not a big deal. This will be a cool story one day, I guess. It's just gonna suck for a little while. And I mean, you know, I guess at the moment, you know, being mad, you're kind of like, you know, maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have done that, you know, but I don't know. Ah, sorry, I got too much shit in my hands. I probably should have put the pistol in my pack, but I thought it'd carry easy. I mean, which it would if I'm not holding a camera and holding the coffee. But, yeah, I guess a normal day. Situation normal. This is me bugging out. I didn't mean this way. I wanted to go the other direction. I wanted to be totally, you know, tidied up and ready to go. But that's just, you know, stuff happens. I'm not the first one to have a vehicle breakdown. I've blown tires and all kinds of stuff out here before. However, not on a vehicle I just swapped an engine into. Good times. All right, I don't know what else I'm talking about. Well, the wife is here. Didn't get a chance to play with the radios, but oh well. I got about a quarter mile more, and I'm gonna get some AC, and I'm gonna enjoy myself.
I'm gonna get you.
The work begins. I'm in safety, now I gotta get this crap out. Yippee. All right, I recuperated a little bit at the house, and hopefully it's gonna be past the heat of the day by the time I get back out there. But I've got to go to my dad's and pick up my trailer, and then unload that trailer, then hook up, and then we've got to go head out. And it's so far it's probably about the hottest day of the year, but it's not such a big deal. Anyway, I've been thinking about it now, and I'm kind of glad that whatever happened happened in a place where I can deal with it. It's certainly nice to see that happen someplace where it's easy for me to react. And again, because I do have some capabilities, like having a setup where I can tow my Jeep, then that does afford me some other opportunities that some people don't. And the fact that it's an area, even though this is not like you can just get AAA in there, but at the same time, I think I could probably get in there. I've definitely gotten caught in the past in similar conditions, but I'm hoping now, at least not with bald tires, and that I'll be able to get through some of the wet weather springs. But it's not going to be exactly a cakewalk. So I'm just going to have to see. I have to play by ear and see what happens. I do have some more traction pads with me, or what do they call them? Now these are Maxtrax knockoffs that I've got in here, but I will be able to walk at the Maxtrax if I need them. These are okay, but they're not going to be able to. They can't do quite about everything that the Maxtrax can. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to film, just because there's going to be so much crap I've got to do. I'm going to probably have to manually winch the Jeep on the trailer, so I don't look forward to that. I am going to pull the starter and look and see what the hell's going on. This might just be a starter problem. I don't know, but honestly, I feel like it's something to do with the adapter. Thinking back at it, I believe the Cummins manual did not say not to use a thread sealer, or not thread sealer, but like a Loctite. And so I did not, and I really feel this is probably what happened to me. Bolts probably backed off, and we'll have to see what kind of damage. To some extent, I knew I was going to have to do some sort of transmission work or something like that. I just wanted to get this engine in there together and start working through the problems. Now, once I installed it the first time and even removed it once, it's not an easy task. So I've been kind of wanting to put that off, and especially now I'm really not ready. I wanted to have another AX15 on hand, rebuilt, and I wanted to put in a lower first gear. So this might speed that part along. I can't tell you. I don't know. I probably won't do that. I will probably just get this, find out what's wrong, fix it, and move on, and get some use out of the vehicle. Just and again, hopefully maybe it has something to do with the starter, but I don't know. Surely to goodness, it's only probably got 6,000 miles on that engine, that's not the case. And man, I've had no issue. That's the thing that seems so surprising is, I mean, I just have, and that's just out of the blue. I had no expectations of that happening when it did. And now also, I think I could probably roll start it, but I don't want to do that because if something's in there that's loose, I mean, what if that, you know, there's other things that could damage. Sorry, I don't have any mounts or anything like that in this truck for the camera, so I'm just kind of holding it. So you're gonna get a bad view, and I have to shift. I don't have an automatic. I also don't have AC, and so trying to keep this wind down is very, very hot. So I'm gonna try to make this as brief as possible, but I am long-winded. So anyway, I've got probably about 20 more minutes before I'll even get to start clearing the trailer. So, yippee. This is really making me think maybe I should at least get a better trailer in case this happens. What worries me is that I've got some steep hills to go through, and having to go down those steep hills without having extra brakes and extra tires to help with that. That would be nice to have more than just the engine and these tires and the transmission that to slow me down. Well, and brakes obviously. But I think we're okay. I mean, this truck is meant to handle, you know, a little bit heavier loads, and but I'm also a little worried about the weight of the trailer and the Jeep. The Jeep's certainly probably a little over what it should be right now, and I don't know how much it does weigh at the moment. So that's a slight worry. But if it seems like it's really, really nasty, I'll get it down the hills. There's multiple hills, and then I'll try to get it to a safe place and call AAA. But where it's at now, I really can't get AAA. However, if I can get it hooked up and on the trailer, it doesn't look like anything major is gonna like break on me, I'm not gonna call AAA and wait for them, because it'll take me longer to wait for them. I mean, no offense to them, but it's just I'm already loaded. By the time I unload it, call them and everything like that, no, I'm coming home. So hopefully this won't be a disaster today, and we'll be done with the disasters. It's kind of funny, I've seen a bunch of other Jeeps down today as well. So I guess I'm not alone, but I'm out. All right, I took the starter off, and you can see where this is freely turning. And here's the actual adapter plate, and it's on solid, like it's bolted in. I can feel down here, feels like the welds broke on the flywheel starter adapter, or whatever the heck it's called. So that's why I'm stuck and towing my ass out of here. 1:30 in the morning. Jeep is back home. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but getting it out, man, that's whew. Getting it loaded on the trailer and getting it out of there sucked. I'm tired as hell. I'm going to bed. I've got to get it off the trailer here in a bit, get it in the garage. Think about it, since I got to pull the transmission, it might be a good time to rebuild the AX15. They also make a, I believe somewhere I can get a much lower first gear, and that really might be something I'm going to be interested in, but I'm not sure, because I might even end up taking this to another shop and let them do it. I'm going to have to call Axis and call some other places Monday morning, see availability in parts, and I might end up just letting the transmission shop pull it out for me and doing the rebuild. It wasn't too bad of a drive last night. Didn't get any kind of footage for anything, but I was pretty tired. I just didn't want to mess with much anything. It's also hot today, by the way, and I pulled a really lazy day. We slept in, made some breakfast, and really just chilled, and then I didn't realize it, but I fell asleep on the couch watching some YouTube stuff. So that's where we're at today. We might get the transmission up. Might be a good time to even put in the exhaust finally. So we'll see. It's kind of exciting though. I don't know. You know, the fun thing about things like this is that even though they suck, it's gonna make for a decent little story. Most people don't most people don't get much stories anymore, it seems like. I got to have a small adventure, even though you typically would always opt to not have those adventures. But when they happen, they happen. You just gotta enjoy them. I'm just so glad that it didn't that there wasn't any kind of major issues with getting it out of here, and that it happened where it happened. That's what I keep thinking about. If it happened in the woods, man, it could have been nasty in a couple of those places. And I turned it off, and it had to have been mostly broken at that point. But the fact that it just finally broke where I was at, that was at least one of the easiest areas, even though it still took us quite a while to load it. Also, I might add that I don't remember what I said last night or mentioned about it, but we ended up using the winch to get the Jeep on here. I mean, I just a couple hits on the winch. It was at 12.7 volts, so I don't think it did any damage to the battery. But again, not necessarily the most ideal thing to happen on a weekend. Certainly changed my plans, but you know, hey, maybe this is a good opportunity to get this thing apart and get the transmission updated. Hopefully it was just like a faulty weld or something like that, and so I can move on and have a, you know, get some stuff in the transmission just gone through, which I didn't really do because I've not had any issues with the transmission. So that's another thing. I was really wanting to wait for a few years, maybe get a spare transmission on the side and get it rebuilt with the gearing that I want, and then toss it in here when it makes sense to. But now plans are going to get kind of pushed up forward. I see no reason to do like a new clutch or anything like that, but we'll see. I'll talk to the transmission shop and see what they say. But I mean, it almost doesn't make sense to me to do a new clutch because there's no miles on this one, and I can go a long time without just doing any damage to a clutch. So that's it. I'm being lazy today. I'm gonna take it easy. Got work tomorrow, and maybe edit some video together so you guys can see my fun little day. Out.